Damn, that screen's bright. Yo, what's going on, 8? How you doing, buddy? Give everybody a minute to get in here. Whoa, it's a wild slate. It is a wild, wild slate. Let everybody file in, then we'll get started. How you doing today, 8? Yo, I'm gonna need somebody to keep me updated on the football game too. I know it's about to go to halftime, but when it gets back from half. It's a wacky, huge slate. Very, very crazy one. Gotta pull FanDuel up and get my CSV downloaded, because I feel like this one's gonna come down to the last second. Really need some lineups for this slate, boys. So if you guys see them before I do, please alert me in the chat. I'm playing the windmill tonight. $100 single entry. I really want to wait on more people, but man, this slate's so big, we need to hop into it, guys. We really do. So let's do that. Let's go ahead and hop into it here, gents. We'll start at point guard. Reset here. There we go. The big news I'm waiting on, I hope we get before lock, is if Marcus Smart is in or out. If he's in, he is a must play for me. If he is out, Scottie Pippen is a must play for me. So just a heads up on that. If he's in, I want Smart. If he's out, I want Pippen. But I honestly feel like they are both very elite plays today. Even if Marcus Smart's in, I think Scottie Pippen gets plenty of playing time today and is easily going to pay off that $5,400 salary. Moving down the line, I really like Ben Simmons today. At the moment, I'm juggling if I want to make Ben Simmons or Cam Johnson a core piece. It's going to be one of those two. I'm leaning towards Johnson. because Simmons is pulling 24% ownership, but I like him a lot today, guys. Clarkson, he's going to get plenty of playing time. Don't mind him. Grading out is pretty good value. Hero. So, I hate this game environment, and I really only want one Heat player. And that's going to be Jaime Jaquez. But if it's not him, I like Hero a lot. Huge upside. I mean, you seen Jimmy Buckets was out last night, and he dropped 59 fantasy points. So, really like Hero, but prefer Jaquez. Just don't like the game environment. Lowest total on the slate at 206. I think Kyrie's getting overlooked today, and I really like him. He's going to be a staple in a lot of my lineups today. I really feel like a lot of people are going to be building stars and scrubs today, and I might try to pivot off that, but there is some pay-ups that's going to make core. Colin Sexton. I honestly like Sexton more than I like Clarkson today. I would just prefer Sexton, and you get a massive ownership discount where Clarkson's at 21%, Sexton's only at 5%. So, sign me up. Yes, I like Drew Smith today as well. Mike Conley's just grading out as decent value. I really don't want to get that much of him, but if I do, I'm not mad. Just a MME play for me. Harden looks phenomenal today. The way I'm building, I doubt I get to him, but without Luka on the court, the Mavericks actually ranked dead last against point guards, so something to keep in mind. Harden could have a huge game. Brunson's in a terrific matchup, don't mind him at all. Dyson Daniels, huge boost with no Trey on the floor. Line-Star's got him projected for 38.5 fantasy points. I got him at 32.91. I want to get to some Daniels today. Happy with him. Scoot Henderson, grading out as fine value. Everybody else is just MME for me. I like Cade Cunningham because I think he's going to be lower owned at that huge price. But he's shown he can pay it off. I also like Malcolm Brogdon, only coming in 1% owned. Come off the bench last game and still got you 36 fantasy points. And how many minutes did he play? 27? We know the Bucks suck against guards. There's no Dame in there. I think Malcolm Brogdon's a solid low-owned play today. Bub Carrington was grading out really well for me. I had to manually lower him. Let's move it over to the 2-guard. Jaime Jaquez, just lock him in today. It's just instant lock. I mean, everybody expects he's going to start. We'll get the lineups before lock. And, you know, yes, Don. Marcus Smart and Scottie Pippen and Jalen Wells all look terrific. We got some kind of news. My phone lit up. I hadn't looked at it on there. What do we got? Sam Hauser ruled out. That does nothing for me. We talked about Smart. Jalen Wells looks terrific as well, especially if Smart's ruled out too. Looks great. Devin Vassell. I don't know why this guy is constantly overlooked. He started last game, dropped 36 fantasy points against Atlanta. Another great matchup with a bad Trailblazers team. Happy to land on all the Devin Vassell today. Only pulling 7% ownership. Sign me up every single time. Talked about Clarkson, Hero. Drew Smith. Potent just brought him up. I think he looks great today. In order for me, it would be Jaime Jaquez, Tyler Hero, then Drew Smith, and nobody else from this Heat team. Those are the three that I would want, and that's it. We talked about Kyrie. I think Bogdanovich gets the biggest boost with no Trey tonight. I really like Boggs. Now, Hunter's grading out better for me, but Bogdanovich is cheaper, and I want to smash him. I really do. I really love Bogdanovich today. Borderline core play for me. He might make the core. Quentin Grimes, totally fine. Should start again. Don't mind him. Duncan Robinson, I told you I only want those 3 Heat players, but I'm sure I'll get some Duncan Robinson in my MMEs. I just don't want much of it at all. Desmond Bain looks completely fine with no jaw out there. Happy to get the Bain. Paul George still questionable. If he plays, I like him. Don't mind him. But I'm not sure if he's going to play or not tonight. Norm Powell, completely fine. Don't mind him. But I will say Harden and Powell are the only two Clippers I would want tonight. This team's getting more and more healthy, so the minutes are very sporadic. And Powell, Harden, and Zubac are pretty much the only ones that have their minutes set in stone. We talked about Daniels. I think Grayson Allen's intriguing today. He's either going to start or he's going to be the sixth man off the bench. Either way, he's going to get plenty of minutes. If you need a cheap last guy in, you know, I'm fine with him. Everybody else really just MME for me. I see the appeal of Brad Beal, but he really has just shown no upside this year, so I'm not going to go there. I'm going KD, my favorite pay up on the slate. So 19% ownership on Brad Beal if you want to play him. I'm going to be fading him. Nobody else really sticking out to me. Just MME only plays down through here. Vic Krejci, if he starts, could become intriguing. We'll get that news, so we'll talk about it if he does. I highly doubt he does, though. Excuse me, I got to sneeze, and I don't want to blow your eardrums out. Never mind, I guess it went away. Small forward KD, he is a lock for me. I cannot get away from KD tonight. Just a solid matchup. He's going to carry the team with no Booker out there. I mean, how do you not play KD today? Hunter looks terrific if I land on him. If I don't have the salary to land on him, I'm more than happy to go to Bogdanovich. Gonna have a ton of them. Cam Johnson, great matchup. Core piece for me. I love Cam Johnson tonight. I told you guys it's either going to be him or Ben Simmons in the core. I'm going to lean Johnson. Playing out of his mind. He's going to have to do it all for this team. He's the best player on the floor for him. Talked about most of these guys. Royce O'Neal, I think it's either Royce or Grayson that starts. I lean Royce. Either way, whichever one does it start is going to get plenty of minutes off the bench, and I like them both. Prefer to play Royce, but if I don't have the salary, I'm fine landing on Grayson tonight. Jalen Johnson looks great now that there's no Trae Young. Like him a lot. A lot of people forget what he done when Trae was out earlier in the year. We were playing him every night back then. 57, 53, 60 fantasy points. Jalen Johnson, so close to making core, but I don't think I'm going to make him core because of his price. Over on DK, he's probably going to be a core piece for me. I'll say this, he's not core, but he's that YouTube play at I'm getting as much of him as I can. Tatum, I just don't want to pay $10K for Tatum tonight. Everybody else just MME plays for me. Nobody else I'm just in love with. Moving over to power forward, Giannis looks phenomenal. Unfortunately, I don't think I'm going to be able to play much Giannis with how I'm building today. I'm going to try to go contrarian today. I feel like everyone's going to build stars and scrubs today. They're going to have Giannis. They're going to have KD. I think Wemby's going to pull a lot of ownership. I probably will be under the field of that 23% owned. I love Giannis in the spot. He looks terrific, but it's just not the way I want to build today. But if you're building that way and you land on Giannis, be excited. The matchup is superb. I think Jaren Jackson looks phenomenal now with no Ja. Hope I have a lot of him. Don't know if I will because of salary constraints. PJ Washington, love him today. He kind of let us down against the Clippers. He was core. Got us 32. Just wasn't enough. But, I mean, run it back. How was he shooting that game? That was the issue. He was 5 for 13. He shoots better this game. He meets value easy. We talked about Simmons. DeAndre Hunter, we talked about him. Talked about Cam Johnson. Sohan's grading out very nicely. Don't mind him, but I would prefer to get to Vassell. I think Vassell going to come in about a little bit lower owned in my opinion. Naz Reid's grading out great against Golden State. Don't mind him as the last guy in at all. Yeah, it's like you said, Don. There's so much value today. That's why I feel like everyone and their brother's going to be building stars and scrubs. And I'm just going to try to build more middle of the road. Porzingis is fine. Aldama looks great now with no Josh. Should get plenty of minutes. 52 fantasy points last game in 25 minutes. This guy has 1.47 fantasy points per minute. If he could ever get to 30 minutes, he's going to break the slate. And I got that. For some reason, I see nobody talking about. When I first started doing research for today's slate, I thought, I like this guy. But I know he's going to be overowned because of what he just did. I've seen no other tout site talking about him. He's only showing 1% owned for me on LineStar. Larry Nance Jr. He's still going to get minutes today, guys. The matchup's even better than it was against San Antonio. He played 31 minutes last game, dropped 46 fantasy points. Do I think he plays 31 minutes again? No. But I think it is a real possibility he gets 27, 28 minutes today. And if he does, he's 1.45 fantasy point per minute player this year. That's insane. I will happily take that. But nobody's on him. I'm rolling it back. I'm running with Larry again. If he burns me, I accept it. I accept it if Larry burns me. Now, I will say he is much more intriguing over on DK where he's cheaper, but 5,400 still seems cheap for this guy if we can get a similar performance. This is also my favorite game of the night to target with a slate high 240.5 point total. Only a 1.5 spread. It's going to be a fast-paced, high-scoring, low-defense game. Sign me up. I know it's a huge slate, but I'm perfectly content having 2, maybe 3 Grizzlies and Hawks in my lineups tonight. No, I'm not afraid to blow out at all in the Atlanta game. Trey's setting and Josh's setting, the spread's only 1.5 points. I'm not afraid to blow out at all. But, like 8 will tell you, something I've said for years is you cannot predict a blowout. That's why I never bet a spread. I never bet a spread because you cannot predict a blowout. There's guys that, I can't remember the exact game, but it was either last year or the year before. I was in the DFS dojo and guys were playing for a blowout, and I said, you can't do that. You can't do that. I know this team so much better. It was like the prime 76ers, like when they were really good, taking on, I think it's Charlotte. And of course the spread was huge because Charlotte was terrible. And I said, you can't do it. And Charlotte come out and won that game. And a lot of guys were pissed. But you cannot predict a blowout. At the end of the day, every single one of these guys are NBA players. Looks like we got Josh Giddey out. Let me check. Dallin Terry can play. Giddey's out. Doesn't do a lot for me, but let me remove him from my player pool. Okay, LineStar's already done it. LineStar's the best in the business. Alright, moving down the line here though. John Collins just pulling way too much ownership for me at 24%. He graded out better than 34.5 for me. He was grading out like 38 fantasy points. I had to manually lower him because I don't want that much of him. I think Sarr's fine. Wemby, of course, is always in play. I'm never going to tell you not to play Wemby. Intriguing option here. I like Mo Wagner today. I hate this game environment, but if I land on him, I'm okay with it. Same with Goga. Now, such a weird statistic, but the Heat are good against scoring centers. They really limit center scoring, but they are dead last in the NBA giving up rebounds to centers, and Goga's a good rebounder, so I don't know what his rebound prop is today, but I would bet the over. Moving over to center, the most intriguing spot of the slate for me. Zach Edey's grading out amazingly. I cannot get away from Edey today as much as I want to. I do not want to play Edey today, but every sign is saying do it. So I'm going to have him. Played 24 minutes in back-to-back games. I got injuries today. Should have to play 24 plus minutes today. Say. Giannis really ruled out 8. Wow. Wow. That's interesting. Well, that makes Bobby Portis look amazing. That makes Brook Lopez look even better than he currently is. You guys just don't know how much usage that just opened up. But you know who I like? Just off the top of my head, you know who I like? This guy right here. I really hope they start him. Ryan Rollins. Last night, he come in and played 12 minutes, dropped 21 fantasy points. Please start Ryan Rollins tonight. I would be over the moon ecstatic. Let's get back to center, and then we're going to revisit. I might have to move some projections over here. Wow. Giannis unlikely to play today, guys, if you just heard. Here it is right here. That is a bombshell. So, Missy's grading out well. Don't mind him. Just kind of an okay play for me. Not someone I'm just trying to hammer, but if I get him, I get him. It is what it is. Claxton looks phenomenal today, but we were talking about it in the Discord earlier. By the way, guys, if you're not in the Discord, join us. It's free, and I can help you at any time in there. All you gotta do is at me. It's in the description down below and in the chat. But, well, you're gonna be disappointed, Elite, because Dame is not playing. But anyway, join our Discord. It's free. It's fun. But we're talking about the Discord. Nick Claxton looks great today. But, it's always something with this guy. He's getting ejected. He's fouling too much. Like, his upside is through the roof, but damned if he can't stay on the court. He just can't. It's so annoying. Sorry, Elite. Derek Lively looking solid. Clint Capella looks great. Now, I know he let us down against San Antonio. Only 22 fantasy points and only 22 minutes. But I think they were riding the hot hand of Larry Nance there. I mean, I still like him. I still do. Wendell Carter's fine. Brook Lopez is going to get a boost. He's going to look good. But I don't think anybody's going to take that Zach Edey spot from me tonight. Like, that's probably going to be my single entry center. Let me tell you, when I'm playing the Windmill $100 single entry and I'm rostering Zach Edey at center, that scares the shit out of me. Those are the kind of lineups that win you first place. Nurk's grading out well. His price is just too cheap. I like Nurk a lot today. I'm never excited about playing Kevon Looney. Tough matchup for Bam, but Butler is off the court, so don't mind it. Drummond, no Embiid, looks great. He's going to have to be out there playing big minutes against Cleveland, and I really would not be surprised if they started Drummond and Yabusele beside each other to handle Mobley and Allen tonight. Cat looks amazing tonight. Give him a little manual boost. He's just been playing unreal. Like, he's been playing MVP level basketball, guys. 60, 63, 53, 67 fantasy points his last 4. Like him a lot. Everybody else just really MME for me. What's my feeling on Ricky Council tonight? Probably not going to be playing Ricky tonight. Give him a little boost there, but yeah, not a Ricky Council night for me, unfortunately, even though he is a legend in my book. Let me get to Milwaukee here, where I gotta look here. So Middleton's gonna play. We have that confirmed. I'm gonna give him a boost because of so much usage opening up, but I still don't think he plays over 24 minutes. I know last night some guys were asking me, can we play him? And I said, no, I don't trust his minutes. He played 19 minutes, guys. I just cannot play this guy until he gets a full run. Can't do it. Brooke looks great now. Bobby Portis gonna look insane. I still just hate his price, but this guy against this team, I love some Bobby P tonight. Delon Wright's gonna get run, so I gotta add him back to my player pool. I think Ryan Rollins. I just need to see that lineup. I really would. Monstars probably still got Giannis in. Yeah, they do. They got AJ Green, Andre Jackson, Torian, Giannis, and Lopez. If I had to guess, I'd just say Bobby Portis slides into that right there. And that's okay. Marjon Beauchamp Day, he says. Guy who hasn't played more than 12 minutes all year. Not me, 8. No way I can play Beauchamp. He burnt me enough last year. I learned my lesson, brother. Man, these notifications just keep going off. And now we get Jalen Suggs ruled out. I got it on my phone. I'll pull it up here on the screen so you guys can see it. Anthony Black's going to start for Jalen Suggs. This game's going to be so bad. I would be very surprised if Orlando cracks 95 points today. What's Cat's ownership? I don't know. Let me look. 5%. I know you guys aren't going to like this, but I think Cole Anthony becomes viable. Well, we got 2, 4, 6, 8, 9-man rotation here. He's the only backup point guard. He's it. I mean, Jet Howard can handle the ball, but I don't think he's a point. Yeah, I mean, Cat's a great play today. I don't mind him at all. I mean, you're not wrong, Chubbs. But one of these guys are going to have to do it all. KCP is going to try. But normally when he tries, he fails. This game against Chicago, this game against Brooklyn, he done well. But he was shooting well. He shot 7 for 8 in this game with 4 threes, and he shot 8 for 13 in this game. This is interesting. I know it's not going to change the core, but Hawks or Memphis straight up, Christian? Memphis. Memphis Grizzlies. If you're just trying to pick a winner. So, whatever happens with the Orlando starting lineup, it's not going to change the core. They said Anthony Black's going to start for him, so that gives us Black, Caldwell, Silva, Carter, Bitsdale. So that gives us a bench of Wagner, Isaac, Anthony, and Howard. Cole Anthony's the only backup point guard. So we'll have to keep an eye on that. Porzingis' ownership is... But this ownership 8 is going to fluctuate a lot when we get starting lineups and news. Not Piz. Poor. 6%. It's another game I'm just kind of about. I know it's got a good total, but it's just kind of a gross game to me. All right, we're gonna rock our core now because the Orlando news isn't gonna change the core, but that Memphis news is. That's what I was really waiting on. Scotty P's more expensive. That's what I'll do. So full disclosure, guys, for the core, it was gonna be Marcus Smart, but he's still questionable. So I'm gonna make it Scottie Pippen. And if Marcus Smart's in, we're going to pivot to Marcus Smart. So, first core piece is going to be Scottie Pippen. But if Smart's in, we're pivoting to him. If he's getting full run. Second core piece, Jaime Jaquez. Third core piece, KD. Fourth core piece, Cam Johnson. And I would love to get that Milwaukee lineup for our last core piece, but I doubt we get it. So I can't go there. And as much as I hate giving you guys a center, oh, it's gonna be well over 400 tonight on FanDuel Elite. Well over it. As much as I hate giving you guys a center, I got to tonight. It's going to be Zach Edey for me at the center position. That's the last core piece. So we're going to run this and see what we get. And while that's running, I'm going to post this in the Discord. Said it before, I'll say it again. Join our Discord. It's free. It's in the chat. It is linked below in the description. And you can @ me at any time in there, and I will help you the best I can in DFS. That's ran. I've got my Discord pulled up. I'm posting the core in there, and then I will look over what it ran. I can't type. Yeah, somebody give me an update on the game. I don't have it on the TV, so I don't know how the game's going. There we go. Let me look at chat. First time I see a 500 lineup. I mean, I've seen one. It's crazy. Why do you think DFS is so inflated? Is the league that talented? Is it the pace, or is it something that changed in DFS? The DFS landscape from when I started playing has evolved tremendously. When I first started playing, there was one, maybe two guys on YouTube going over very basic stats. Saying this guy's a good play today. Now it's a whole industry. There's people, you know, spend hundreds of thousands of dollars on technology to dissect these stats and find the best plays. 17-17, Calvin Austin cooking. Calvin Austin was a core piece for us. Just a heads up. Just a heads up, gents. And Drew is starting. Let me take a look at that. I believe you because I just seen it on my phone, but I want to. Hero, Smith, Robinson, Jovic, Adebayo. So Drew's gonna start instead of Jaime. Interesting. Very, very interesting. I figured Anthony Black would start. Drew Smith starting over Jaime Jaquez is criminal. But now, I've got to change that, guys. I got to change that in the core. I still love Jaime Jaquez. I still think he gets plenty of minutes. But the safety aspect of it, I've got to give you guys Drew Smith, the guy that's starting over Jaime. So, I'm going to do that in the Discord. We're going to just lock in Drew Smith over Jaime Jaquez. They're both the same price. I still like Jaime. I'm still going to get plenty of him. What a messed up slate, huh, guys? And our builds will pretty much be the same as they were because Jaime and Drew are the same price. So I'm not even going to rerun it. I do feel like I need to move Anthony Black up. I've been thinking about it. I think Black's going to be the guy that tries to take over this game. Going all value lineup. I think everybody is today. That's why I'm not. Just run it with no core pieces picked. And single entry Drew or the small forward for the Heat? Drew. Drew is safer starting. Alright, let's go over DK really fast, guys. Just really fast. We got any other news? Nope. At point guard, DK, Scottie Pippen, lock him in. He's a core piece. You can't get away from him. You can't. And even Cole Anthony looks phenomenal tonight now. It's just all there is to it. Looks phenomenal. Looks like Paul George is going to play. Coach said he is optimistic he plays. But I mean, you guys see the screen here. Drew Smith, pretty much a core play too. I have to look at the rest of the positions, but he's a core play. Jaren Mobley or Tingus, don't care for any of them today, to be honest. Oh, Jaren Jackson. Yeah, it's Jaren Jackson for me, Chubbs. I was thinking of somebody else. I'm not all there. The 2-guard, Duncan Robinson, looks great at his low price. Still like Vassell over here. Tremendous value at 5,400. Might make the core, honestly. Anthony Black looks phenomenal. Yeah, I still have no interest in Jovic, even starting. Taurean Prince over on DK is very, very intriguing. Jaime Jaquez looks amazing, even coming off the bench. It's really a stars and scrubs type of day over on DK. And Bobby Portis is a lock. Larry Nance, love him. And Zach Edey looks just as good over here. So I'm going to just give you guys the DK core. First off, it's going to be Scottie Pippen Jr. Second off, Drew Smith. Third, Bobby Portis. And fourth is going to be Larry Nance Jr. But your little bonus watching the YouTube video core piece, it's going to be Devin Vassell. Sorry, my mind was not working. I love Devin Vassell tonight on DK. Love him on both sides, but on DK, he's just far too cheap. Kyrie, Chubbs, by far. Course posted in there. Let's see what we're getting here. Dyson Daniels popping up a lot. I ain't mad. This first lineup I'd rock all day. I love this first lineup. I might even enter it into a lineup right now while we're talking. We got 20 minutes to lock. I'm in no hurry. Let's do it. Alright guys, all we're doing now is waiting. We're just waiting on news. So, you guys want to start your builds? I'm a free resource here for you. Let me help you build any way I can. Like Chubbs is doing. You ask me questions, I'm going to answer it. I research all day. This is my job. I promise I want nothing more than to see you guys take down. Vassell is 9.6%. I think that's high. Murphy is 8.5 and Norm is 6.6. All of them under 10% owned. Yeah, Jalen Johnson's ceiling is huge today, Elite. Yeah, Jalen Johnson will be very owned, in my opinion. He's at 16.7%. I would not be surprised to see that go to around 19 to 20. But it's justifiable because he has a huge ceiling now. I wouldn't say he has the second highest ceiling on the slate because I got, well, I was going to say Giannis, but he's not playing. But I got Wemby, Cat, Cade, Harden, all above his ceiling tonight. But regardless, he's a phenomenal play. I want as much of him as I can get. Kyrie, Pippen, Drew, Anthony Black, Durant, Cam Johnson, Jaren Jackson, Bobby, and Edie. I think that's a wonderful lineup, bro. I do. I just hate, I really hate Bobby's price on FanDuel. He has the ceiling to completely shatter that price. Don't let that dissuade you from playing him. I just hate it. It's a knock on FanDuel. I hate what they priced him at. No reason he should be that expensive when he hasn't started in forever. They're okay. I wouldn't really want any Detroit players today unless it's Cade, though. And he even takes a little bit of a bump if Ivy's in. Pippen is 6.7% right now, but that's going to change depending on the Marcus Smart news. Marcus Smart's soaking up all the ownership right now, but that, like I said, that will definitely change. And guys, Jaime Jaquez is still a great play. Don't get that wrong. He's still an amazing play. I'm probably still going to have plenty of Jaime Jaquez. Yeah, I mean, even if if Smart plays, I still love Scotty. I prefer Smart, but Scotty is a baller. And we'll still get plenty of minutes, guys. Plenty of minutes. Vic, Durant, a good duo today. Who's Vic? But Durant's core for me. I love Durant. Just don't know who Vic is. Vic Krejci? Oh, Wemby, Victor Wembanyama. I'm dumb. I'm sorry, guys. I'm dumb. Yeah, I think Wemby has the highest ceiling on the slate. Honestly, I truly do. It really depends on how you're building Don. I think either way is fine. See, that's the thing. I want to roster Rollins so bad. I really, really, really want to roster him, but I can't in good conscience tell you how much run he's going to get. I have no idea. If we got the lineup out and he started, then yeah, give them all to me. $14 minutes to lock. I haven't even started to build. I got DeLon Wright and AJ Green done, but I truly feel like Rollins is the best player they got at the guard position, other than Dame, of course, but he's out. I feel like this is a game where Rollins should get run. I firmly believe he could play 20 plus minutes today. I really do. But I mean, I'm not the coach. I've been wrong before, you know. That's up to you, 8. Portis or Nance for FanDuel? Portis, I mean, it's got to be Portis. He's in a much better spot. Dyson's ownership. %10.8%. And FanDuel loves him today. They got him projected way more than I do. Black, Andre Jackson, Obi, Portis, Bam, Scotty, Durant, Wemby. I mean, that's fine. I really don't like Bam today, and I hate Andre Jackson. I know you play on DK. Andre Jackson is 3,300. But he could I mean, there's a lot more usage to go around. You're probably not going to find anybody better at 3,300, honestly. Vic Krejci, I forgot about him. If he's at your 2-guard spot, I would prefer Vic Krejci. And if he's at your 3-guard, I mean, Pat Connaughton is grading out better, but I would prefer Andre. 9 minutes to lock, gents. 9 minutes to lock. Vic Krejci, he's a guard for Atlanta. Backup guard. He should get plenty of run today. Got any news? Really nothing? We got nothing yet? Man, I really want that Bucks start lineup. If Ryan Rollins is in, guys, you have to play him. I don't care if you got to pivot off Smart or Scotty P. As much as I hate to say that, because those guys are going to have good games today, I'm very confident in that. I think Ryan Rollins' ceiling is tournament winning takedown. He is a very good basketball player. What's the score in the football game, gents? Cam Johnson in my lineups, it's going to be like 80%. He is 18.3%. Far too low in my opinion. Oops, I did not mean to do that. Yeah, I mean, we probably won't, brother. We probably won't, but it's fun to think about. (24-17) Ravens. Who scored for the Ravens? Get trolled. I mean, it's a possibility. The report just said that the doctor doesn't expect him to play. Imagine if he does. All of us left holding Bobby Portis in our hands. Hoping for a blowout where he gets good run. 44-yard run. Don't say that. I don't have no Derrick Henry. Mark Henry. What the fuck? I do have Mark Andrews though, so that makes me happy. Marcus Smart is in. Awesome. Awesome. Love some Marcus Smart today, boys. Lamar picked off. That's not what I wanted to hear. I would love to get some kind of news saying Marcus Smart is fully healthy and will play the entire game. But I would settle with Marcus Smart is starting. No Mark Henry. Imagine Mark Henry lining up in the backfield. Jesus. What's funny is Derrick Henry's my favorite player too. I'm a diehard Tennessee Titans fan and grew up in Alabama and Tennessee, but I was always an Alabama fan. I loved him since he was in college. Then my favorite team drafts him, and we're just a poverty franchise, so we could not utilize his talents the way they should have been. Sad. I think Pippen still gets plenty of run, brother. I do. I'm gonna still be running Pippin. Just a heads up. I'm gonna be running them both. I actually just input a lineup in the $9 big contest for the week where my 2 point guards were Pippin and Smart. So that's how I feel about it. You think tonight's the night, brother? Love to hear that. Cole Wells Tatum, I think it could absolutely work. Potent, I think it could. Curry, Black, Jaime, Rollins, Durant, Cam, Jaren, Jalen, and Edie. See, that looks like a tournament winning lineup to me, buddy, but you're very dependent on if Rollins is playing. Well, I mean, he's going to play tonight, but you're very dependent on how many minutes he's going to get. But I mean, it's hard to say what I'm thinking. Like, Rollins wins you a tournament if he gets full run tonight. I'm very confident in that. But it's very risky because you don't know how many minutes he is going to get. Just a heads up, guys. I know I posted the core in the Discord for DK, but I'm loving some Cat over here on DK too. I got him in every lineup I've built so far. Take that back. I'm building one last lineup without him just in case he comes out and rolls his ankle first thing. Because that's the way my luck goes. Alright, guys. We are... Hey, that's my boy 8. I appreciate you, brother. I appreciate you. If you guys are in the Discord, there is a channel in there with our logo. Make it your logo on FanDuel and DK, and we'll do something special for you if you take down. I'm not sure what, but we will make sure you're taken care of. Mark Henry versus Wimby. Alright, guys. We're locked. If you have any questions throughout the night, please at me in the Discord. That's what I'm there for. I'm there to help you guys out. If you're not in our Discord, it is linked in the description and in the chat. Just click the link, join, and I'm here to help you any way I can. Good luck, guys. I love each and every one of you, and I can't tell you thank you enough. I'm going to go play Marvel Rivals and watch football. Later.